Oregon State is favored by 2.5 in this game. Let me back up. I picked USC in the game, right? Okay, let's do that. So Oregon State is favored by 2.5 in the game, right? Utah, though, won this game 42-16 last year, and Utah has been ranked a top 10 team by me and others without its starting quarterback. That's wild. I did not see that happening, right? Because I didn't think this was a top 25 team without Cam Rising against Florida. And it turns out, yeah, I was wrong. I'm glad I had them in the rankings to begin with. But the way that defense has been able to step up and plays really great, but also that you've seen Nate Johnson kind of take the reins of this team and bend it towards something that works to get out of the way of the defense. They run the ball effectively. They don't run it well, but they run it effectively. They are able to chew up clock. They're playing gritty 1990s style football, perfect Kyle Whittingham football team, where they win in the trenches. Everything else takes care of itself. The offensive line, defensive line do what they're going to do. And they were getting pass rush after pass rush after pass rush to Dante Moore, who I still think is going to be a great quarterback in the Big Ten next year because UCLA is going over there. But you get the point there. That dude's got the goods. It's just Morgan Scalley and that defense had his number. Unlike I've seen Morgan Scalley's defense have anybody's number sometime. They find a way to get these things done. Right now, Utah is Roman Reigns. Utah is Roman Reigns telling Jay and the Usos, I don't need your recognition. I don't need your fealty. I need you to acknowledge me. Utah, two-time defending Pac-12 champion, acknowledge me. Utah has played in the Rose Bowl twice the last 2 years. Acknowledge me. Utah, who with a win against Oregon State, will not just be 5-0, but have 3 wins against ranked opponents without their starting quarterback, Cam Rising. Acknowledge me. I'm telling you, Utah over here going head of the table. Right here. All roads run through Salt Lake City. This has got an opportunity to be a really great game in Corvallis. I'm very excited about it. Now, DJ Uiagalelei is the wild card here, right? Because now Oregon State has a quarterback. They have their Cam Rising. They have a guy that I think can make them into an 11-win team and even get them to the Pac-12 championship game, but they got to win this one. So that means that DJ has to have one of his better games. Don't turn the ball over. Damian Martinez has to be able to run the ball in this game because he couldn't do it against Utah last year. And you're going to get some really good opportunities from Fenwick, among others. But this game also might last all of 2 hours because both teams love to run the football and both teams are pretty good defensively, despite what Oregon State showed against Washington State, which, again, was up for that game. And I think Washington State's a lot better than any of us anticipated they would be. And frankly, they're right there in that conversation to play in the Pac-12 championship, too. The Pac-12 is deep. Right now, I got a hard time thinking the Pac-12 is not the deepest Power 5 conference that we got today. I mean, everybody wants to talk about the quarterbacks because, well, it's easy to talk about quarterbacks. It's easy to talk about the offense. But what has been fantastic is how these defenses have played, too. Right? We're getting opportunistic defensive back plays. We're getting linebackers that get into the backfield. And we're getting defensive linemen that really want to go sack the quarterback. It's a fun league. And, better late than never if you're the Pac-12. All right. I'm picking Utah to win that game, but I would not be shocked if Oregon State pulls the upset in Corvallis. Next, let's get to number 24, Kansas at Texas. Number 3, Texas. Texas favored by 17 in this game. Doesn't mean a damn thing. Do you know why? Because it's Texas. And despite me telling anybody that would listen that I think Texas is the best team in the Big 12, it only took them beating up on Alabama and Tuscaloosa for other people to believe that. But this is the perfect game to let all that go because Kansas was a 31-point underdog the last time that they went to Austin. And you'll remember the last time they went to Austin, they won that game 57-56 in overtime. It's also Jalen Daniels' coming out game, right? It's the one where everybody started to figure out, oh, Lance Leipold knows how to do this. Well, damn, duh. That dude's 158 and 56 all time. I don't give a damn what level you're coaching at. Winning is winning. And that dude wins everywhere he goes, right? So now you have a Kansas team that everybody knows is coming, but they are sound offensively. They run the ball extremely well. Devin Neal and Daniel Henshaw combined for 193.5 yards from scrimmage per game. They've each got 9 each. They're combined for 9 touchdowns. Jalen Daniels completing damn near 75% of his passes for 260 yards. They're going to move the ball, and they're looking to go 5-0 just like Texas, right? It's going to be a really great one because I think Kansas has an opportunity to vault themselves to the front of the line when we talk about the Big 12 and talking about Utah and Colorado and who's going to lord over this conference after Oklahoma and Texas are gone. I have as much faith in Kansas as I do Kansas State, because didn't nobody pick Kansas State to win the Big 12 championship last year? And that's what they did. Came out of nowhere. Didn't nobody expect Texas Christian to be in the Big 12 championship game last year? They have an opportunity with these teams being so close together. By the way, West Virginia's 3-1. Goodness me. To actually stand out with a win against the number 3 ranked team in the country. Now, you're asking a lot beating up on this Texas, because the Texas team they beat isn't as talented as the Texas team they're playing, even without Bijan Robinson, because Jonathan Brooks has been a godsend for them at tailback. He's had back-to-back 100-yard rushing games last couple of outings, but I'm also looking at a defense that has been filthy. They're giving up, what is this, 12.5 points per game? Texas? Last time that I thought about Texas defense being great was 2009. They played in the BCS National Championship game. You know what I'm saying? All right. So it's one thing to be like Steve Sarkisian finally got his quarterback figured out, and Quinn Ewers, and Xavier Worthy's always been a guy. Jatavion Sanders leads the FBS in receiving yards at tight end, meaning he's doing better than Brock Bowers over there at Georgia, right? Adonai Mitchell is also a dude. They go really deep at tailback, and that offensive line has been outstanding, led by Kelvin Banks, who's just a sophomore, just super talented. But Texas 4-0 for the first time since 2012, looking to go into the Red River rivalry, the Red River shootout, undefeated, just like my Oklahoma Sooners we'll talk about here in a little bit. I hope this game is as entertaining as it looks to be on paper, because a good showing by both of these programs, I think, would mean a lot to us nationally. But Kansas upsetting Texas, that's a lot to ask this year. I think they got it in them, but I'm just going to pick Texas because I've been picking Texas, right? We'll talk about the Red River shootout when it's time to talk about the Red River shootout. But right now, I'm picking Texas to beat Kansas. Thank you for watching the #1 college football show. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and like this video so that you don't miss any of the best college football coverage in America.